Welcome, welcome everyone to another episode of Walking with the Master. And you have myself, Grandmaster Abdulaziz Muhammad, formerly known and even currently known as Grandmaster Anthony Muhammad. And I'm here with one who is now a regular. You already know him. This is Grandmaster Robert Sugar Crosson. We got him here, and I don't even want to let you know. We'll get a chance later on to see that this man is in another place around the world, just doing his thing. And we'll get a chance to talk about that in just a moment. So listen, it's time now for us to get this show started. Bush, my brother, how you doing?
Bush, I'm doing great and getting better, my brother. Thanks for asking.
Man, it's great to see you again. Always great to talk to you, and I'm sure the audience here is going to enjoy this one. Now,
yes. First of all, let me say, forgive me if it starts raining. I may disappear, and we may have to do this again because I don't know if you know, but right now I'm on the beach in Santo Domingo.
Well, man, I pray that you really enjoy yourself while you're out there.
Out here taking care of business, doing some seminars and setting up some other things. Actually, a friend of mine is Grandmaster Curtis Jordan. He's also here. He's teaching a seminar right now. So after this interview, I got to run back and get back on the floor. But yeah, so far so good.
Awesome. Santo Domingo. So you have some students out there?
I have some students, but I have some other connections from previously, pre-pandemic. And I got a call to come out, and I've set up some meetings. So we're talking about possibilities moving into the future, not only in the martial arts, but with fitness. I'm at a big resort, and they're talking about possibly bringing me in to do a big fitness piece, which I did years ago. And it was crazy because they had about 10 people in the water, and I'm turned this way and I'm punching, got the music blasting, and I turned back around, and with no exaggeration, it was about 150 people, and they're in the water and they moving, and I got them moving and moving. So it was such a nice thing. And so they're asking me to possibly do that again sometimes in the future. So we'll see.
Hey, well, listen, I tell you what, for those of you out there that know that you have inroads into other areas of the world, Grandmaster Crosson, you do this all over the place, don't you?
Yes. I'm actually putting together once again the continuation of the Robert Sugar Crosson World Martial Arts Tour. And I'm reaching out to instructors all over the world who might be interested in upgrading their knowledge and information, and bringing me in to do a seminar, demonstration, places that I've been and places that I'm going. And that's the world tour, places like I've been throughout the Caribbean, of course, Grenada, Trinidad, Antigua, Barbados, St. Lucia, St. Thomas, St. Croix. I've been to Peru, Venezuela, Bogota, Colombia, of course, but Brazil, Mexico, Panama, London, England, and just so many places that I've had the opportunity to travel and be a blessing, as it was a blessing to me to share the knowledge with the people of those different countries, cities, states, and places.
Beautiful, man. That's awesome. And since we're on that, kind of let's get a little history of you. There may be someone on here that haven't heard your story and things about yourself. How did you start?
Okay, well, fast forward, or fast backwards. I started at the age of 3, and I've told this story many times, but for those who have never heard it, let me give you a quick rundown. I started at age 3 under the guidance of my father, Reverend James Crosson, who at the time was a hand-to-hand combat instructor in the U.S. Army. Now, at that time, I didn't realize, of course, then I had no idea, but as I got older, I still didn't realize that my father, being an instructor in the Army as a Black man in the 50s, that was big. But in any event, he would show my brother and I little, what he called, not even jujitsu, because he was from the South. He said, I'm gonna show you some jujitsu. So I said, Dad, show me some jujitsu. And he would show me little techniques, little strikes, how to take a man down, chop the neck. And even then, he said, and then you look around and see that, you know, no more enemies are coming at you and you get out of there. And from a young age, he instilled that in me. But I just continued to enjoy anytime he would show me anything, and I never let it go. I remember the very first technique that he ever showed me. And wow, so much, I can't tell the whole story, but as I got older, I decided to eventually enroll in a martial arts school. And it wasn't even like my dad or my mom said, we want you to join a karate school or whatever. They said, you know, whatever you want to do, just be good at it. Just work hard at it. And I followed that, and the martial arts was something that stuck with me since I was a kid. And as I got older, I became more enthused. I became more into learning and just opening my mind to the possibilities. And I said, maybe one day I'm going to be an instructor and I'm going to travel around New York. I said New York. I've gone a little further than New York, but yeah, so then at age 7, 8, I can't remember the exact age, but I started taking Shotokan karate under Sensei Bill Green, who rest in peace. He passed away about 2 months ago. And he was one of my first karate instructors, and another gentleman, Mr. Lockley Bay. So I used to go to the Good Shepherd Center in Brownsville, and that was like a free class. So I would go there like every day. I'd be there when the adults were there, and I learned, you know, different Shotokan katas, front kicks, side kick, roundhouse kick, and the basic fundamentals. And eventually, I tested for my green belt, and I received the green belt in Shotokan, but I continued to train and learn the different katas, Kanko Dai, Basu Dai, and black belt katas, and so forth. And I continued to train. But then, like I said, fast forwarding, I met 2 dynamic individuals. I went to a demonstration and I had the opportunity to meet Grandmaster, Professor, Dr. Moses Powell, as well as Soke Little John Davis. And those 2 people changed my life. So from there, I was able to start studying Jiu-Jitsu, which is Nukisru. And wow, it's just so much to it. But being able to travel with Doc at age, I just had turned 17, and he took me on an international tour. Well, not international, but it was a Caribbean tour. And then we started traveling international along with Soke Little John. So I was kind of like the Uki, and then I became somewhat of the sparring partner, even though I was getting my butt whipped, but I was learning from Soke Little John. And it was a beautiful thing. But I just continued my training. I can't give you the whole thing of how I got from there to here, but I continued my training, and it was by the will of the Creator that I'm here doing what I do now.
Man, well, that's excellent. In terms of your training, you're doing a lot of different things right now, and you have a number of students and masters. Well, you know, you've been in this for how many years?
I've been doing this stuff. It's unbelievable. About over about 65 years I've been involved. Now, being involved and being actively involved is 2 different things. You can start at a point and then stop at another point and then get to a certain point and say, well, I've been in it this long, but that's not true. I mean, I've been active as far as from 3 years old. I never stopped. I may not have been doing, of course, all that I'm doing now, but I continue to train. And as a teenager, I continued to train. As a young adult, I continue to train. And now in my later years, because I'm 69 years old. So it's been a little more than 65 years, but you know what I'm saying? It's pretty interesting. Yeah.
So in all of this time that you've been training, you've taught hundreds and probably thousands of students, right? Okay, and
Right.
you have, and some of your students have become masters. So what is the difference between teaching the student, an underbelly student, and teaching a master? And then kind of take that further for me.
But yeah, it's been an honor, privilege, and a pleasure to be able to inspire others, whether they become masters or whether they just have learned certain aspects of the martial arts and they've taken it into whatever profession or endeavor that they chose to go to later in life, whether it's doctor, lawyer, police officer, or whatever. But yeah, I've trained people literally all over the world, and in many cases, I never met them because I was one of the first Black. Actually, as far as I know, I'm the only Black martial artist that was one of the featured artists on Panther Production back in the days, right? I can't think of anyone else, but I did a series of videos at that time, and they went worldwide because they used to, what's the word I'm looking for? They used, say that again?
Distribute.
Yeah. But they would advertise the videos in the magazine and at different functions. And whether it was in Japan, people who have come up to me, oh, I'm from Italy and I have all your videos. I even had a Japanese group and they, Sugar Lou, like that. And I'm like, oh, okay. Where are you from? Oh, we're from Okinawa and blah, 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 blah. We have your videos. I'm like, really? Yeah. And they would tell me the dojo they have. I can't remember the name and stuff. But yeah, and people from all over would come up to me and say, we saw your videos, and then performing on Wide World of Sports 8, 9, 10 times, being on national TV, performing in front of millions, full crowd, the full audience at Madison Square Garden, doing shows in El Poliedro, which is a big arena in Venezuela, or a big arena in Trinidad, Jean-Pierre Complex, or even the Los Angeles Arena. It's just so many places. It's amazing as I think back, all of the things that I've been able to achieve, and not pat myself on the shoulder, but giving all the praise and glory to the Creator for the opportunity to have done what I've done thus far and still moving forward. So it's so much, I can't remember all of it. Well, I can, but I can't tell you all of it right now. Yes.
So,
yes. But let me say this. I'm sorry. My mission right now, even though I'm a martial artist, I've trained thousands, millions, literally, of martial artists have been influenced by what I do, or people learning from what I do. Right now, my main focus is to help people to become more health conscious so they can live a healthier life. And that's one of my main focuses.
Man, that's wonderful. Now, to go back a little bit to masters, okay? You're now a masters, right?
Yes.
So kind of talk to me about that aspect of training masters. What is the difference in the training of a master and training someone underbelts?
Well, first of all, it's on a higher level. They should have a better understanding of the commitment and dedication it takes to become sensei, hanshi, or whatever their particular rank title is. But they should be in shape, not only physically, but they should be prepared mentally, psychologically, emotionally, not only for themselves, but to be able to help to guide others when they're dealing with whatever problems of the world they may be dealing with. But it's a higher level. The techniques are more advanced. For instance, you can't really take the white white belt and show them block, strike, hit, take down, throw, move around, or locking up two people, because they're not on that level. They're just learning their basics: blocks, kick, strike, stance. But a master means that, I think, first and foremost, that you've mastered yourself. You've to a degree mastered your emotions. To a degree, you've mastered your energy to be positive. And I think that's one of the most important aspects. But it's a higher level of learning in generally. Just like on a basic level, you would say a white belt would be doing kata number 1 or first form, whatever you may call it. As they advance and become sensei or master, then they should have all the forms down pat, or they should be on, you know what I'm saying? Yes. On a higher level. But as far as my teaching, when I teach the master classes, I'm teaching as far as the physical aspect, one, first and foremost, that you got to be in shape. You can know 15 million techniques, but if you're not in shape and you do 2 or 3 techniques, you're burnt out. On the street, it's not going to work like that. Because if you're fighting one big, strong person and you have to deal for a minute and, you know, you run out of oxygen. And as always say, endurance is your life insurance. And that's what Muhammad Ali taught me years ago. But then it's a done deal. Just like you see a fighter, he's winning. And then all of a sudden he gets winded and now he's getting beat. Bam, bam, bam. So that's one, first and foremost, to be in shape physically, right? And then you're able to continue to develop your skills because you can endure, you can go longer, you can just do the whatever the technique is repetitiously 20, 30, 40, 50 times because you're in shape. So you got to be in shape first and foremost, and got to be in shape here, because if you give up and you're not committed, you're not dedicated, and you get to a point where you're like tired and I'm gonna give up, then it's a done deal.
Yes.
It's a done deal. I got so much going on here. I may skip some things, but keep me informed there. Keep me informed. Oh yeah. Oh man, some people out there surfing. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey Joe, bring me another Coco Loco, all right? See, puppy. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, listen. Now, some of those that you trained with back in the day, you know, talk to me about. Well, first of all, you were with Doc and Soke. Tell me a little bit about them, you know, and you some good stories that maybe someone hasn't heard or we didn't hear.
Oh yeah, well, I remember one time I was at a tournament and Doc, he wasn't into tournaments, but I think we were going to be doing a demonstration there. So I fought in the tournament and I won. But Doc, that was the first time I ever seen him sit on the panel to become a referee. So he's not the center referee. He's the corner judge or whatever you call him. I haven't been to a tournament so long. You know what I'm talking about. Right. And so Doc calls, he says, point. And this Oriental instructor, I don't remember his name, but he said, I was getting ready to hit him because he said, you don't know karate. You sit down and you be quiet. Boy, Doc pulled up. Man, I was going to run and fly and hit the guy. But next thing I know, Doc had him, and I swear he grabbed his tie and had this man up in the air with one hand. So let me tell you something. And there was like people trying to come in, but they didn't want to, you know, interfere. So I was like, should I stop this? But I think one of the old instructors, maybe Grandmaster Peter Irvin or whoever, they went most. So he let the guy down. His eyes, you know, is like his tie had choked him. So it looked like his head had swollen up, eyes popped out. And Doc, you know, he walked off. I said, man, you're lucky. You're lucky. And I was like, oh man, that was crazy. So as I walked by the instructor too, I did this. Yeah, you know. So I walked off with Doc, but that was a crazy story. So okay, Little John and I think it was Panama or Mexico. We went into this place to get a juice. And it's like when we walked in, it's like when you walk in the saloon, push the doors open, so all the music's playing. And then as we walk in, it was like, you know, like the gunslinger coming into this. So everybody looks like, You sure you want to get something here, sensei? Because he was sensei then. He said, yeah, yeah. So we walk in. These guys, they start, like, I don't know what they were saying. What's up? What you doing here? What you want? Type thing. So look. So, it was like, oh man, this is going to get good. So we looking, I'm looking at tables to jump over, things to throw, exits to make when necessary. And, so it's okay. He looks at me, I look at him. So he turns that way, I turn that way. It's like, yeah, well, is there a problem? It's okay. He was like in that posture. So it was probably about 12 of them in there. And they looked like they were ready to do something. And the guy say, like, no, these ain't the ones, man. We better, no problem, senor. So we kind of left, but they was getting ready to throw down. Well, they was going to get thrown down, more or less. Yeah, but that was interesting. So we left, we laughed, said, man, we didn't even get our drink of soda and juice. So, yeah, but I have a lot of good memories like that, traveling with Doc and traveling with Soke. And there was a time, he probably don't want me to tell his story, but no, he want me to tell it because I was the victim. So, yeah, we were in Denver, Colorado. It was snowing. There was snow on the roof at the hotel we were at, but it was a swimming pool and it was heated. So it had all this steam coming up. So we said, you know what? We're going to run and jump in the pool and run back in. With snow on the ground, but, we'll run on the snow, come back in. So Soke does it first. He runs out there. He dives in, boom, because, he was the lifeguard, extra swimmer. So he swims to that side, comes back, boom, he runs back, ooh, hey, sugar. He called me. I'm like, Asa. I run out there, I dive in the water, I'm swimming. So I used to be a lifeguard too. I come back, he locks the door. He locks the glass door. So I'm out there, I'm stuck, and he leaves. I'm like, man, so I'm trying to see if there's any other way to come in. That was the only way. So I see him, man, he's laughing. He's laughing. I'm saying, so I run back in the pool. I jump in there and stuff. He opens the door. I come back in. He said, part of the training, Bushido. I said, yes, sir. So that was a good story. But I've had many different times when it wasn't so good. There's a time that I've told this story before, but I had just came from doing a security detail at a club back in the day, downtown Fulton Street. So I went down to the train station, maybe about 3, 4, 5 in the morning. I don't remember what time it was, but I remember it was cold. There was this guy there. As I was going down, he had a hood on, big coat and stuff, and he's like this, and you could tell he was looking at me. So, I looked kind of, how you doing it? So he didn't say nothing. He turned his head like, I don't want you to see me. So as I started walking, he starts walking and he does this. You know what that means? I mean, it's about to go down. He didn't want any witnesses to see what he was about to attempt to do. And it was nobody there. And unfortunately, it wasn't anybody in the train station. Unfortunately for him, because he didn't know what was about to go down. Anyway, I walked to the left, he walks to the left. I walked to the right, he walks to the right. I sped up, he sped up. I slowed down, so I said, you know what? Let me just go near the wall and let him pass. And I had a water in my pocket, which I was very good at throwing things, like you may have seen me throw knives and stuff like that. But he was close enough where I felt confident that I could hit him in the face, and before he knew what hit him, be up on him. But I didn't have to do that, because when I stepped near the wall, what he did was he looked around again, he said, yo, you got a match? Like, I guess getting ready to say match. And as he goes in here, I see this black handle come out. And I hit this guy, I don't know how many times. I in my mind, it's about 20 times at least. I was hitting, because he wasn't full, his head was hitting the wall. So I'm hitting him, and I said, finally, he ain't falling. I swept him out. Bam, he hits his head, and his eyes go up in his head, and he start kind of, foaming at the mouth. And I kicked his jacket back, and he had a sawed-off shotgun. And the sort of shotgun had was I emptied it out. I had gloves on. I didn't want to touch it, but I emptied it out. It had two, it looked like those buckshots. And I threw it under like this crate that was there and the buckshots as well. And I looked at the guy and he stopped shaking. You're like, now I could have took him out, finished him off. But I went upstairs and the what do you call those people that the token booth or whatever?
Okay.
The attendant, I told her that some guy down there, I think he just had a fight with some other guys and somebody looked like they pulled out some, I don't know if it was a stick or whatever, but you should probably call the police and ambulance because I don't know what's going on. So I got out of there.
Yeah.
I got out of there. And one of my old students, when I told him the story, he said, "Sir, didn't he know who you were?" I said, when I finished, he didn't know who he was. So yeah, I got a bunch of stories, but I don't want to tell them all because I'm still working on that book.
Yes.
But getting back to what I was saying, Doc, I mean to cut you, but the health thing is very important. And, I've taken a serious interest in that because so many people are suffering from diabetes, high blood pressure, and so many different ailments that could possibly be prevented if they do the right things early on, but eating certain foods and even thinking certain thoughts can be destructive to your health.
Yes. And we have a part of this actual podcast is a brother, Master Andrew Reid, who's going to share some health things and things that
some tips and pointers. Yes,
a little bit as well. So it's nice because health is necessary, and that's why we are adding it to our podcast here.
Yes, health. I'm sorry, I just had something blink up there. The health is your wealth. That's it. And it's not just a saying, it's real. And that's why I always try to encourage martial artists, and especially the teachers, the masters, to lead by example. But not only that, really be real with yourself because you want to be around. You see so many of us that are not here now. And, different reasons, but a lot of times it was because of health issues. So while you're here, while you're able to take care of yourself, while you're able to do, throw someone, do a few punches, push-ups, you got the energy to take care of yourself. So I try to encourage them and people in general to become more conscious of their health. What are you eating? What are you drinking? How much sleep are you getting? Are you getting your checkups? How are you mentally? Because that's a very important part as well.
Yes, sir.
Mental health. They don't talk about that too much, but that's serious.
Yeah, it's
So
big. It's big.
Yes. I'm sorry. But yeah, so that's it. I just want to continuously encourage the instructors, and I'm not trying to be I'll just say I'm not trying to be a knucklehead. I'm not trying to tell them what to do, and I'm not trying to be the big honcho to tell you better do this, or what I'm trying to do is just motivate people to monitor their health, do some research, go online, read more. We don't read enough. Read more of how you can improve your health, what you are eating, maybe the effects that it's having on you, what you could be eating to have a more positive effect. So I'm doing a lot of research myself because I can't save the world, but if I can inspire a few, I feel that I'm living part of my purpose. And part of my purpose is to help others to live a better life. And, I'm just doing what I can do while I'm here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Lastly, I want to ask you this, and then maybe you could show us show us around your area. But I wanted to ask you, I understand that you do magic, you know, but I do know that they call your movements magic too. But but in terms of you actually do magic tricks. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, I've always liked magic from when I was a kid. You know, I would see little TV shows with magicians pulling the rabbit out of the house, out of the hat. And I've always been a very creative and imaginative person. So I just, from the first time I saw a little trick, I wanted to learn how to do magic at age 3, at age 4. At 3, I'm just wondering, you know, how the heck was I so enthused to do different things? Like magic, martial arts, dance. I don't know. It's the calling of the creator. Salute. Yeah, sneeze. They got some guys over there. Yeah. But so as I got older, I would get these little gimmicks and I, you know, try to fool my uncle and my aunt and so forth. I remember one time they had this nail. It's actually bent, but it wraps around your finger like this. And then you put this Band-Aid on it that looks like blood and it looks like a nail is through your finger, right? And stuff. So I went to my mother, Mommy, I got a nail. It was kind of stupid because if you got a nail in your hand, why would you just wrap it? I didn't think that. But she said, oh, baby, you got a nail. She knew it was a trick. She said, come here. Let me pull it out. I know it's going to hurt. She knew it was a trick. She said, come here, baby. And she snatched it off and popped me in my head. Said, take your butt in there and clean your room up. So I was about to end my magic then because it was painful lessons to learn. But make a long story short, I just enjoyed seeing people's amazement when they would look at a magician do different tricks, perform different tricks. So I wanted to learn. So I at age probably 25, 30, I met a gentleman named Calvin, and he lived in California. I was introduced to him by my student, and he was a top magician in California. And he showed me one little trick with a coin. He said, if you get this, you know, when you come back to California next time, I'll show you 3 or 4 more. Well, I worked on that thing all evening and I saw him the next day and I said, watch this here. Let me see if I got it. So I did it, but I added a twist to it. He said, that was actually excellent. He said, because you did a whole different thing. And he started sharing stuff with me and I just continued to learn. I'm an amateur. I do it as fun, but I'm going to take it even more seriously than I did before, because I find that it's a way to connect with people. It's a way to help people forget their stress and anxiety for a few minutes. And it's something that it brings laughter. Adults, children, men, women, teens. And it's something that I've always liked entertaining. So it's a form of entertainment as well. I actually have about 5 people that have asked me to do some magic at their next event. And I think you were one of them.
That's right. That's right.
Yes. Oh, not you, Sister Azziza. She asked me.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
We absolutely want to see it, you know, because you such a good job. But you put whatever you do, you put yourself into it, and that's why it's always good, no matter what it is that you're doing, you know. So I appreciate you for that, and that's an example for a lot of people to just, you know, that you bring. So I really appreciate it. How about showing us a little bit of what's going on out there?
It's a little cloudy out here. I hope I don't cut off because they say the internet on the beach here is a little bit weak. But let's see. Oh, got to work out, getting stiff. Can you see? Yeah. Can you see that?
Man, you see everybody.
Nobody on the beach right now. I hope I don't go off. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, because it's a little cloudy, but let me see if I can go up here. Can you still see?
Yes, indeed. We can see.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. I'm going to go up on the lifeguard tower. Sigh. Oh, yeah. There we go. That's the building where I'm staying at, one of the presidential suites up there. Myself and Brother Jordan. I got to get out of here in a minute because I got to do these seminars. Those are restaurants over there. Can you see them?
Yes, sir.
And that's
Nice.
another part of the hotel. Can you see it?
Yes, sir. We see it
Yeah.
well.
And on a sunny day, it's beautiful. It's beautiful here.
Well, it's beautiful now. So
It's beautiful. And
I
let me go back down these stairs so I don't have to do a flying rollout. But yeah. So this is it. They clean up. You got some brothers out here cleaning up and stuff. ¿Cómo está? Oh, they're busy. But let me see. Let me show you one last piece, and hopefully it won't cut off. If it cut off, it's been a pleasure, and we'll talk again. But let me see. Can you see that?
yes.
Okay. Hold up. Yeah, the sun will be coming out a little later. And here we go. Are you with me?
Still with you.
Yeah. So, can you see that?
Nice pool. The internet
Yeah.
is
That's it. But I'm going to get some training later on. And I'm here to, once again, try to reestablish the connections of Sugar Ryu Jiu-Jitsu here in Dominican Republic.
Well, I pray that you have success, that you continue to have success in it. Man, it's been wonderful. I enjoy having my brother, Grandmaster Robert Sugar Crosson. Man, continue doing what you're doing. Everybody, listen. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notifications so that you can be alerted whenever we're doing something. And now what we're going to do is we're going to move to another part of this podcast, which is the health side. So who's going to be interviewing our health aficionado is my darling wife, Azziza Muhammad. She's getting ready to do her thing. All right, family, love you all. Take care. All right, go ahead, Azziza. Handle that with Master Andrew Reid. Us.
Welcome back, Master Andrew Reid. It's so wonderful to have you back on the official Grandmaster Anthony Muhammad podcast. And I know that our listeners are excited and waiting to hear the good tips that you have for them this week. So let's get right into it, okay? But before we start anything new, let's go back to the last thing that you gave us to do, those ginger shots before our meal, okay? Because I had some questions for you and a few things I wanted you to tweak for the little struggles that I was having with it, okay? So you told us to take those ginger shots because
enhancing the bacteria, the good bacteria in your stomach. Also, you know, the insulin in your body, you know, you produce insulin. It helps you also. If you go over the literature and the readings and all those information that we gave the last time, it was a lot of information. However, if you use that method that I suggested, then it's something that you're feeling the effects right now, you know. I was up this morning and just before I attend my class, and I had about 3 people wrote in and said, we're on the lemon and water. It is so good. So, you know, I'm really, really happy that it's helping someone, because that's why we're doing this, is to help people with stuff within their household that they don't have to get the medications.
Absolutely. I do remember when you talked about the ginger, us comparing it or to actually having prebiotics in our system so that the probiotics can work the way they're supposed to work. And that's really the whole setup for the digestion of the food that you're going to eat afterwards. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
That's
great.
Correct.
Great. So I was thinking, and this is one of my questions, because in the past, I have been told by, and I've read that, you know, if you drink a little lemon and apple cider vinegar, water with a little honey, you know, before you eat or after you eat, you know, that would help also. Is that similar? Does it work the same as the ginger and the water?
I would say before any meal, an hour before any meal, you should have a glass of water.
Yes, sir.
That's just to help your digestive system.
Yeah.
When you wake up in the morning and you know, you're coming from fast, so the first thing you put in your body should be water.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
The apple cider vinegar with honey, we're trying to get rid of the sugar.
Yes.
So we don't want to put too much honey in that equation. The apple cider vinegar, you know, it's good for you. Vinegar is something that's good for you. I will not say it's not doing something tremendously great for you, but if you notice the literature on the ginger, it does just a little bit different. The ginger actually, well, after you take that ginger, it's like 5 minutes after, you're not really hungry. You know, you're not really hungry. So after a while, after it processes and it goes to your intestine and it helps to balance out, then your hunger will reduce.
Okay. Well, see, that was
So,
one of the that I noticed with that too, is that I would take it and it would probably be right before I ate, because in the process of me preparing food for the family and whatnot, and, you know, coming in from activities and picking up grandchildren and stuff, I find myself, okay, I'm rushing to cook the meal, and then I'll take that ginger shot just before I eat. Will it also work as well? And will it work as well if I forget and take it after I had started eating?
yes, it will.
Awesome. Praise. Because that's what I found.
Better to have the way I'm only telling you the way I do it with my clients. That's more effective. But everything you can do to help yourself, remember, it's going to work. But, you know, anytime you take something on an empty stomach, it works faster.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Way faster, because that's the first thing your body starts absorbing.
Yes,
all right. It's like in the morning you get some water, and that's the first thing your body absorbs. It feels happy. Your intestines feel happy. So that's the whole concept that I often try to relate to my clients. And now that, you know, I have the privilege and the honor of being here with you and trying to share with the people, and I hear people coming back with response like, yes, this is working. Yes, this is working. It makes this whole thing works, because that's the exact reason why we're here. So yes, it does work. If you want it to work immediately or more potent, then we all know that on an empty stomach, when you take anything, including if you notice when you go to the doctor and you're going to do any form of tests, blood tests, blood work, they said you must fast the night before.
Yes,
because now they can actually see exactly what's going on. You know, so we apply the same rule, but we don't take the synthetic medications.
Yes, sir. Well, with that, I think that really, answered some of the questions that came up in my mind as I, attempted to do that every day. So let's move on to what you have for us this week. Where are you taking us this week?
Well, now, when you prepare yourself in the morning, you have your lemon and water. You have an hour before you actually eat anything. I only can tell you about what I have done and what works for the clients that I work with. It's the fact that now you need some food and nutritious food in your body. So I normally say have a protein shake.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we all know how protein shake works, but what makes it different is the kind of fruits you put in them or berries.
Okay.
So you make your shake, you have your almond milk, you have your protein powder. I normally use plant-based protein powder.
Mm-hmm.
And you have your wheatgrass.
Ooh.
Wheatgrass is very, very powerful and good for you. It is a miracle food. So I would put my wheatgrass in. I'd get my beets, which is raw beets, cut them up, and you put it in the blender. You get your banana, you put that in the blender, you blend that. After I blend that, I leave it for about 10 minutes and I blend again. Why I leave things for 10 minutes, people ask me. Because everything comes together, it absorbs together, right? When I blend that, I get 2 spoons of oatmeal, raw old-fashioned oatmeal, just the raw oatmeal. I put it inside there. And that helps the timing for the oatmeal to absorb. That's going to keep you full all day.
It sounds like it will. It definitely does. And for those who, don't eat in the morning and are on a 1 meal a day schedule, this sounds like a very powerful 1 meal to have. So if you are, like occasionally I like to do like, a fast, a liquid fast. This sounds like something that would be great to drink at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I shouldn't be hungry with all of this stuff in there. However, I do have a problem with the wheatgrass. But for me,
look at this good.
Yeah, I know that it's very powerful, but like that particular thing, I know I have allergies with. So the things that what could replace the wheatgrass and be just as powerful for someone who might have allergies?
I would say, wheatgrass is, let me explain to you about wheatgrass. Wheatgrass, 1 ounce of wheatgrass, 1 ounce of that juice is like 3 pounds of greens that you eat.
Wow.
That's how powerful that is. That's how powerful 1 shot of wheatgrass is.
Wow.
So that's one of my go-to, but you have so much extract from different vegetables. You can get a spinach extract. You can get all sorts of natural extract right now that you make a combination of 2 or 3 and you get the same potency. So
how about spirulina?
Excuse me?
How about spirulina?
I have worked with spirulina, but I really think it's the same family. I mean, they're just powerful. They're really good stuff. Then again, you might be allergic to something and somebody else might be allergic to something.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So we have to make combinations of things that will work for you. If one of the greatest thing in that is the beets.
Mm-hmm.
That's just so good for you. And, remember, we're trying to cut out the fillings. We're trying to keep
Yes, sir.
the nutrition and the nutrition value of these fruits and vegetables. So we're not going to try to get absolutely no filling. Now, with that shake, I'm up at 4 in the morning.
Yes, sir.
And I have my shake at after I have my lemon and water, I have a lot of water in the morning. And I would have my shake at like 9 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
And I would not be hungry until probably about 1 o'clock. Because remember, you have the oatmeal, you have the beets, you have the protein, you have the banana, and you have your almond milk.
Yes, sir.
You
Okay,
have that.
so what protein do you use? Because I mean, there's a lot of different protein shakes out there, and then we really have to be careful about how much sugar might be in that protein or whatever else. We want a protein that's really great and high in amino acids, doesn't have a lot of starch and different things in there. So what do you suggest? Because even plant-based ones, you want to make sure that the sugar content is low. And most of them use pea protein, so what do you use?
I use organic plant-based protein, which it's low in sugar, low in sodium. I really emphasize on the sodium and the sugar, because that's the thing that through my ancestry, they were used to preserve foods, and that's what gives us the high blood pressure. That's what gives us, all sorts of complications, which we couldn't do better at the time.
Right.
Now, you take up the bottle, you read what it has in. If it's not good for you, what it has in, put it down, even though it's organic.
Right.
You have to literally read what is in the protein, read what's there.
Yes, sir.
See what's good for you, We're trying to create a day for a person that they will feel not only empowered, but powerful physically throughout the day, So yes, look at the protein and see if it works for you. Low sodium, low sugar. I think with the almond milk, it's unsweetened. So the banana is going to bring out the sweetness, which is natural sugar.
Well, I wrote down what you do. The only fruit that you used in this was banana. Can you substitute? Do you ever change it up? So what are some of the other fruits that you use?
Strawberries.
Okay.
And then let me just explain. Banana is a berry.
Oh, okay. I never knew that.
So, you can use strawberry, you can use blueberry, you can use, in a shake, you can use any fruit that you'd like the flavor, really. If you're a person that likes, passion fruit, then put some passion fruit in and blend it up. It's all about your taste bud. It's not supposed to this is not supposed to be something that's put you in a corner. It's supposed to be adapting to a lifestyle.
Okay. Yes, sir.
So once you get your lemon and water in, you know what the ginger does for you before meal or during or after meal. You know what it does for you. And then the meal to start your day with. Start your day with a protein shake. It keeps you light and give you energy. And for us with different blood types that we need more protein than anything else, we will see our energy level just rocket off, And if you don't take that lemon and water one day, you will feel it. You'll feel the difference. So you know that it's actually helping you. It's giving you long life and a better quality of long life.
Yes,
That's
sir.
why that's what we want. So, just apply it and just be conscious of what you're applying. You know, you should not allow your body to be in a starving mode, because when your body is in a starving mode, it starts cannibalizing itself. You know, so it starts eating itself. And you don't want that. So when you have your protein shake, you're setting up yourself for a powerful day.
Well, with that, what I would like to, I know that I've had protein shakes before, and one of the things that I'm going to try is I'm going to use my navy bean. And matter of fact, I have some in the refrigerator already that I cooked and are very soft, and I'm going to use that as my protein. Well, number one, because it's very high in protein. Number two, because it is a bean that will reduce the effects of radiation on our body. So I'm going to make sure I have that, because you know these cell phones that we use every day, you know, send radiation through our body. And I'm going to try it. I never used raw oatmeal. I do like oatmeal, but I never put that in my shake. And I'm going to see how it works. I'm going to use it for my meal, you know, at the end of the afternoon, early evening. That's how I'm going to structure it and see how it holds me over through the evening. Yes, indeed.
That's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
That's perfect, because you see, you're using it to sustain. It's still nutrients. That's all. You don't have filling, and 2 spoons of oatmeal expand so much in your stomach.
Yes, sir. Yes,
so it
sir.
keeps you full.
Yes,
and,
sir.
you know, when you're not hungry, you think better. You act better. You know? So.
Well, you know, there was something I was thinking about when you said lifestyle. And the thing about, you know, moving into doing some of these things, making this transition from where we are, you know, calls on educating ourselves, calls on time, you know, maybe now you got to really think about putting that schedule together so that you can fix what you need to fix. You're dealing with raw foods, you know, and cleansing them, cutting them up, blending them, whatever. And lifestyle is just that, because, you know, a lot of that would just like scare you off. Oh no, I don't feel like doing that. That's too much. So actually creating a lifestyle is really what has to happen in order for you to be committed to that process, you know. And that I've had to tell myself that, because I don't have time for that. I'm not doing that. Just pick up this, pick up that. And then that's where we start to fall, because that then becomes the habit as opposed to setting the schedule. You know, like you get up at 4, so maybe we all got to get up at 4 so that we can set things in motion.
No. The moment you start the lemon and water in the morning, you started a new lifestyle, because you can feel it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Feelings.
Well, I wanted to thank you for, you know, just coming on and sharing with us what you do, so that you have helping them. You know, and I'm a little bit over, we're over our 15-minute time, but I want you to explain how this particular thing is helping your clients.
How this is helping my clients is, I have a testimony section coming up on my website very soon. And, you know, it's good to hear from them mostly, because I can explain it to you how it's helping them. They have told me it's helped them literally to live a better life, you know. And we started slowly, because everybody is different. We have different individuals, different body types, different emotional mind state. And what I normally say, I'm going to take you from exactly where you are and now we are a team. So we work together, and we you know, through that process, you know, the martial arts word always come up, and our anthem always come back up. Each one teach one, because I learned so much from them, about them, that it makes my work easy to work with them. You know, it makes it really, really easy.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much, Master Andrew Reid, you know, and I am looking forward to our next segment with you and comments from our listeners on how they're going to start a new lifestyle, instituting more healthy and nutritious foods, and getting their bodies with more energy so that they can do more work, they can work out more, they can be the martial artists that they dream of being, just the healthy person that they've always dreamed of being. So with that, that's beautiful. So did you want to leave any other tip or advice to us before we transition back to Grandmaster?
Say to everyone that's listening, first thing you do when you get up in the morning, you love yourself and start your day.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you, and we'll see you at the next segment. I can't wait to hear what you have to offer us. You want to give us a little peek? What are we going to talk about in the next segment?
Let's see how far they get. And let's see if they try the protein shake in the morning, and then we'll see how their appetite is from the time they try that until the time they were supposed to eat lunch or supposed to eat dinner. Those are the testimonies I want, because I know they're going to feel totally different. They're going to feel lighter. They're going to feel so much more powerful, because now you're getting nutrients and not filling.
Thank you so much, Master Andrew. Till the next time, back to you, Grandmaster Abdulaziz Muhammad.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Master Reid. Thank you for what you've shared and whatnot. I got to get started. I got to stay on it, I should say, on what you're saying, what you're telling me to do, and I'm really feeling good from what you have already shared with me privately, and we're gonna keep it going. Thank you, Sister Azziza Muhammad, also known, everybody, as Mama Azziza. We're gonna start calling her that all the way through. But anyway, thank you. That was a great show. And please put that into practice. Thank you once again. And I look forward to you at our next show. Us.
Every student of a master here today, you reflect your master teacher. You want to walk like him. You want to talk like her. But you start by having an object in front of you that you admire.